Oh, damn, my bad. I'm not sharing the screen.
That the teachers know, so when y'all have an altercation, you're clearing
This is Charleston White back in April here.
a weapon to school.
Yeah.
So you can't say I was
What if he says, but what if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense, because if you are afraid the day before, well, you have to take a weapon to school, why not notify your parents? Parents, you notify the school teacher. School teacher that's bringing these kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution. We was taught in homes that has morals and values, you tell the teacher. Somebody fucking with you, you tell the teacher. Let the teachers know, so when y'all have an altercation, you're cleared and you're covered. Documentation beats conversation. So words of documentation just say this is self-defense. It's a premeditated crime because you took a weapon in fear, anticipating to use it.
That was premeditated, though.
And it's at a track meet. You getting ready to run track with other kids and you got a knife on you. No, man, you got to go to jail. You got to go. You cannot bring.
And it really, makes you wonder, like, well, what got into Charleston White to make him, like, totally change his tune? And here's a more recent version of Charleston White. Here it is right here. This is Tim Black TV. I think Stanley has shown some Tim Black before. So we'll listen to what Tim Black has to say here.
First of all, I'm assuming that you're a white woman. That's my first assumption. And I'm also assuming you're somewhat bigoted. I got a St. Cheese clip I'm going to play. Charleston White's going to go on a rant about Carmelo Anthony. Call this the Charleston White public service announcement.
I want to take the time to apologize to Carmelo Anthony's family. Been out all the way wrong about that kid. I was always wrong about that kid, you know?
Yeah, you just indicted.
I was always wrong.
But the better question is, if you think they paid him off, why him? Why him? What is the benefit of taking some of the funds that they've raised and paid this person? I'm not saying they shouldn't pay someone to try to change the narrative. But why him if that is the case?
Wrong about that kid. I met with his father. I've been meeting his father regularly. I had opportunity to talk, peace and love. He gonna beat these charges. I was under the impression that he brought a knife to school. So I'm taking a knife to school. Fuck it. He didn't take a knife to school. He didn't even know these two white boys. These two white boys just came over really because he was with another kid.
Now, if you remember when his mother spoke, she mentioned it. I think, did his mother speak about bullying? At the least, we know that they seeded the public narrative that this boy was bullied initially. And now they're saying, well, he didn't know those people. That's correct. He better say he didn't know them, because the opposite would lead to some serious charges. It would be hard for him to explain away self-defense here, or try to use self-defense. But it's interesting is that Charleston is saying that he doesn't know them and he didn't use a knife, although I did a stream where it showed you that the police report said it was a knife.
He had to knew those white boys. So he a new black kid who he big on white boys, big white boys. He a small frame kid.
So Charleston goes on to explain Carmelo Anthony was in a bad situation in that he was confronted by bigger kids. He was not the aggressor.
One of the white boys was on that side. One of the white boys on that side. So either way go, they had him blocked in. And these some big white boys. These are some big, violent, aggressive white boys who got guns. And not only that,
he just said they had guns.
The one he killed whooped their daddy. See, the daddy coming into the picture playing like he been around.
Yeah, I think the reason why he's saying they had guns is they took pictures with hunting rifles. They went hunting. So and he's technically right. They do have guns. They didn't have guns on their possession at that time.
The dad ain't been around. We would think the black dad ain't around. The white dad ain't around. The mother don't even identify the daddy as the husband. So he must have been an abusive father. He ain't even been in their life. So he just come and get in the life. He just come and...
Now, you know what's very interesting about this? The blacks are now putting the victim family basically in the light. Like, hey, we need to go into your background. Okay. This would be like body cameras. You start going to the victim family, we're going to really find that you ain't going to like that. I promise you.
Get in the light. So he a low down dirty cracker.
These are things that I stood on in the beginning, that I stand on now, that I continue to stand on. But when I saw this clip of Charleston White coming out and saying, hey, I was wrong about my depiction of Carmelo Anthony. I didn't know that he, first of all, wasn't at a school. I did not know that these kids were bigger than him and that they approached him, that they were threatening him. Sometimes people make statements when they don't know things or they get things wrong, or their source at the time may give them a different impression of an event. I know it's happened to me before. With that in mind, man, I just want to say, I'm glad to see Charleston White correct himself. Because as much as I want to say, see, I made mistakes before, and I've had to come out and apologize for them. He has something that I don't have. He has access to the family. He said he talked to the family, and that's an amazing thing. So his platform has gotten so big that he's able to talk to the father of Carmelo Anthony. It was something about the dad that always rubbed me the wrong way.
If you think about this, yesterday we watched Lead Attorney, and we were on Stanley's stream, and Lead Attorney was saying, you know, these people should have been approaching the Metcalf family and trying to, you know, do some forward thinking and planning to save their son's life. That $500,000 that they raised from blacks and other liberal-minded people, they should have given some of that. This is not my advice solely. This is the Lead Attorney's advice. They should have went to the Metcalf family and said, hey, man, you know, they should have approached it totally different. They should have been looking to save their son from day one. That should have been what they should have been. Their mindset should have been on, how do we best save our son? The best way you save your son, as Lead Attorney says, will make good with the victim's family. But these people are going to antagonize the victim family headed into a court trial. This is the most amazing thing, like, and I hate to bring race into it, this is the most amazing thing about blacks is that if this boy is convicted, the same niggers is slandering these people's names that threw him out of the press conference. When he said he came there to preach for them, pray with them, they would be forced to ask for his mercy. They will be forced to ask for him. Understand that. Don't just take my word for it. The Lead Attorney explained it best. When it come down to the sentencing, the victim impact statements, the family, Carmelo Anthony's family, will be on their knees begging the Metcalf family, please say something nice. Please show some mercy on our son.
Hey, the fact that I knew that it was reported that him and the wife were divorced years ago. They got separate GoFundMes. People complain about Carmelo Anthony's family's GoFundMe, but they didn't complain that the father and the mom had sex.
These blacks really got some nerve. I mean, these people really have nerve. Going into the background of the victim, say, oh, he divorced. I knew that was something. What? So baby mamas and all this is now like fair play?
Separate GoFundMes. That wasn't the problem. Where are their black friends and where's all this diversity? Because Dad was coming out talking a whole lot about the Bible and about diversity and don't make this about race. And he was leading so far into don't make this about race, it made me think something about race with this family.
What?
It just rubbed me the wrong way.
The man said there's nothing about race. I don't want to make this about race. The black mind said it must be about race. God damn, you're like, what would he think if you said the opposite? Let's make it about race. Would he like that? Or would he say, well, since you say it's about race, I don't want to make it about race? Now the blacks are finally embracing that this shit was about race, because race from the black side, as I've said all along.
It just seemed suspect to me. Don't blame the dead, please. Don't blame the dead for what? This woman says, do not blame the dead. Now, let me get this right. If someone breaks into your house and you protect yourself and they get unalived, is it okay to blame them at that point?
And that's the analogy he went with. He equated the Metcalf boy in the breaking in Carmelo's house. This is the kind of